Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I just got done training again, and I thought I would knock out a quick video just addressing the video I did yesterday talking about the people wanting to train 5 or 6 days a week for hypertrophy. And a lot of people seem to have really understood it. I got a bunch of messages from people who said, I know what you're talking about, I've been training for years, you're right, I learned this the hard way. Had tons of problems with my elbows hurting, I've had problems with one of my shoulders from training in that way, even though it was a split routine. And a lot of other guys who pointed out, you know, you're right, I train 3 days a week, I'm drug-free, I've hit basically the limits of the fat-free mass index, I've got a 315-pound bench for reps on work sets, I can rep out 500 pounds on the deadlift, and, you know, I'm sitting at 200 pounds with abs after 8 or 9 years of training. And so you've got the guys like that who are saying, yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and I find that I feel better that way. And then you've got a lot of the guys, a lot of people got really, really upset. Now, the first thing you guys have to remember is that I love to troll a little bit, and I didn't mean literally. I really hope you guys didn't think I literally meant that you needed a therapist over that. If you took that literally, you probably really do need a therapist, because that's a sign of some sort of possible personality disorder. If you actually heard that and thought that, you might be like borderline personality disorder if you actually thought I was serious when I said that. So if you really thought I was serious, you probably should consider a therapist. But I think a lot of other people really realized that was just me trolling you guys, joking a little bit for shock value. I obviously didn't mean you need a therapist, but I did mean something else by it. Now, a lot of you will say, well, there's certain people who don't meet your criteria who've trained that way. You got C.T. Fletcher. And I say, well, C.T. Fletcher's a professional YouTuber. He makes a living, and a damn good living at this point, off of YouTube and his training and his hardcore persona. That's his job. Your job's not to train. Also, he was a former top-level powerlifter. He competed in powerlifting for years. I mean, the guy has bench pressed over 500 fucking pounds in competition. He now competes as a bodybuilder. C.T. Fletcher is actually a competitive bodybuilder in Masters. So he doesn't meet that criteria I was discussing. Now, someone who might seem to also is Chris Jones. Doesn't compete in anything, trains for hypertrophy. Chris Jones is a professional YouTuber. Makes a damn good living. He probably makes more money than most of you off his YouTube channel. Probably makes 3 times what some of you are making at your jobs. This is his profession. This is a persona he puts out. He loves training. Training is his life. He doesn't have a normal job. Doesn't have children. Doesn't go to school. His job is to train and make YouTube videos. You're not Chris Jones. I'll give you guys another exception, and this is also someone who's a personal friend of mine. I train with every now and then, good friend of mine who lives here. He's retired. He's over 50. He's divorced. All 4 of his daughters are grown and moved out. He has a girlfriend he has no intention of marrying. So he doesn't have a massive social life, doesn't have to worry about his children anymore, doesn't go to school, doesn't have a job. He trains 6 days a week, 2 hours a day on a push-pull. Not this push-pull legs, by the way. Push-pull legs, I don't understand. Squatting is a push exercise. So he does a push-pull. Decently strong guy. He's pretty damn big for 50-something, because a guy can deadlift a little over 500 pounds. And I've seen him bench press 365 for a single. I've spotted him on it. So then he's over 50 years old, trains push-pull, so he pushes 3 times a week, pulls 3 times a week for about 2 hours. He doesn't do any isolation work, though, by the way. He's a big dude, but I mean, when I say a pull workout means he comes in deadlifts, T-bar rows, and does lat pull downs in about 10 sets of each one and goes home. He doesn't even curl, and the guy has 19-inch arms, a little bit high body fat, but he doesn't curl. Doesn't do tricep extensions. Doesn't do side laterals. He does presses for his shoulders. So the thing is, these are all people who are in a different situation. A lot of you are younger, and the thing is, if you are in the gym, most of you guys aren't in the gym because you enjoy it. You're in there doing 5 or 6 days a week because you think you're going to get some gains out of it. You're not. You're not going to make any more gains over about 3 to 4 times a week. And now some of you are going, well, push-pull legs repeats really popular with naturals. And I go, why the fuck is that popular with naturals? That's not a good rotation for a drug-free lifter. Now, if you're a moderately enhanced steroid-using competitive bodybuilder, let's say you use about 1 gram a week, right on the edge of YouTube natty, that's a very good split for purely hypertrophy. I think it's actually quite good. I don't know why a drug-free guy would do that. If you want that sort of rotation, just do push-pull. And remember, squats are pushing on a 4-day-a-week setup. And the other question becomes, the guys say, well, I love it. It's my life. It's my life. If you don't compete in anything, training isn't your life. And I would say, in my experience, and I don't want to be a dick, but I am, and I can't help it. But I've been training a long time, and I've been in periods of time in my own life where when I didn't have a whole lot going on in my life, I was really unhappy I was coming in and training that way. Most of the guys that I know who train that way, it's their life because they don't have anything else going on, yet at the same time they're not competing in anything. And I would suggest to you that if you really feel the need to train, lift 6 days a week, which is far more than most of you need to reach your goals, and you don't compete in anything, so you're clearly not so passionate about it that you're competing in something, and you say you do it because it makes you happy, and for a few of you it might, but a lot of it's a crutch because you don't have anything else going on for you. Maybe you're unhappy in your social life, you don't have enough friends, maybe you're really unhappy with your job and you're single, and you just don't have anything else going on. And what you're going to find with a lot of this stuff, if you find other things in your life that fulfill you, the training will still be part of your life, but it won't be the only thing that makes you happy. And if you're a non-competitor, or your income is not in some way related to your training, there's probably a big hole in your life. There's something missing that you should probably think about and work on. Because once you fill that gap, you're probably not going to feel the need to train and lift weights 6 days a week. You're probably going to be content to go back to 3 or 4. And what you're going to find is that you'll make just as good of gains. And you'd be surprised. Some of the guys you know with the best physiques out there, or the best numbers out there, who have well-rounded lives, they're happily married, have children, a good career, coming in and training 3 days a week. But they've done it consistently for years and years and years, and they're steps ahead of where most of you are. So just put that in perspective, guys. All right, guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.